Okay, so it is a train. Like, I'm not crazy. It looked like a train. It sounded like a train. It's definitely a train, which doesn't really make sense, but let's go. Okay, but it's good to know that it's even crazy for them. Nami was like, wait, what? Like, that's not even possible. Luffy was like, what the flip is that? I didn't even know that there were trains in One Piece. Okay, so they don't really know what a train is, so interesting. So this might be like the only train in One Piece? Wait, why do you care about the frog though? You were trying to eat it moments ago. Oh, maybe he's thinking he'll just like splat and then he doesn't get to eat it? Okay, maybe it's that. Okay. I've got too many questions about this train going on. That is not a cat, though. At least not any cat that I've seen. Irrelevant. I love that he still introduces himself as, yeah, I'm the man who will become king of the pirates. It's, to him, almost like saying his full name. Like, okay, I'm going to introduce myself, but I gotta say it. Like, I can't not say it. The Puffing Tom. But, okay, it's like the only train in the world. Okay, so there are tracks. But, wait, is that what they ran into? That must have been what they ran into earlier. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. But it doesn't necessarily, because how are there just tracks below the sea? Like, maybe we just see the top of it and they had to build up? I don't know. Okay, but don't tell this guy that he likes strength competitions, because this guy will want to pick a fight with him. Anyway, it's not going to end well for that frog. That frog does seem to be a bit of a menace, though, I'm not going to lie. What? Okay, like, I guess in Luffy's logic it works, but does that mean he's at least gonna fight him? Okay, so she's still getting, like, PTSD and stuff like that, which I guess makes sense. She's had admirals after her and stuff like that. That's not fun. Running into them once, or running into one of them once, was more than enough. Yeah, that's where Aokiji said that we were going next, which he also said was getting dangerously close to headquarters, so might be a bit of a problem. Okay, and we're looking for a shipwright, so what better place to find a shipwright than in a shipyard? And Luffy, like, the one thing he does exceptionally well, there's plenty of things he does exceptionally well, like fight people and different things like that, but the one thing he does exceptionally well is recruit members to his crew. I mean, the first swordsman he comes across may turn out to be the very best in the world. First cook may turn out to be the very best in the world, you know, navigator and this and that, liar. He's probably going to find the best shipwright he possibly can as well. Like, the guy just has a knack for it. Iceberg. Yeah, and like Aokiji said, getting dangerously close to Navy headquarters, so you're probably going to run into more Marines the closer and closer you get. What does he mean, the city of meat? City of water. And I love the fact that Luffy, I've read what he was about to say, is just like, are you an idiot? Which, you know, if Luffy's telling you that, you've definitely said something dumb. But he's like, yeah, it's a shipwright we're talking about. Doesn't matter what they look like as long as they're good. And Luffy's the best at choosing. Also, like, where does Sanji get off thinking he can recruit members to the crew? This is Luffy's responsibility. as the captain of the crew, he does it the best. Big guy. Okay, so never mind. It does matter. You also kind of assume, judging from most of the members Luffy recruits, they're probably going to say no. And then he's going to be like, well, that's too bad. Zoro brings up a good point. But what he also forgets, as I just mentioned, they don't really have a choice once Luffy chooses them. I mean, think of your own experiences, Zoro. Like, Luffy told you you were joining the crew, and even when you were like, well, no, I don't want to, I hate pirates, he was like, well, that's too bad, because I already decided. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, definitely we shouldn't have asked a drunk woman for a map. I swear, if we get a shipwright that looks anything like that, I take back anything I've said about Luffy's intelligence in the past. 5 meters? He said 5 meters. Like, not even Aokiji was 5 meters tall. I love that Nami, I mean, she manages the finances, but she's also kind of like the mother of the crew. Like, okay, I'm giving you all an allowance. Granted, they said that that's generous, like it's not technically their money as well. Like, she's not technically giving them anything that's not theirs. Yeah, I think one of the things, though, you need, like, someone to just, like, really idiot-proof this boat. Okay, even from the distance, that place looks pretty cool. Okay, what the flip is going on here? There's so much happening. This is what people talk about when they say One Piece has unique designs. I mean, we went up into the freaking sky, and there was a whole culture up there, so nothing should really be that surprising from this point, but this is still pretty cool. The way they're able to use, like, a fountain. Yeah, that's a good point. I was forgetting it's called the City of Water. Water 7. Wait, why is it called Water 7, though? And also, you got numbers here. Like, I saw numbers on the different parts. Wait, what? That's not a... You guys are devil fruit users. That's what I was wondering, Zoro. And I take it goes as high as 7? It's always interesting to see, like, how do the locals kind of respond to pirates? Yeah, I mean, hopefully that guy's telling the truth and he's actually being helpful, which is a little surprising. Like, why is he trying to help out pirates? It's like Venice. A city of water. You gotta mix it like the older architecture, but you also have some of the more new technology. Right, that's something to make note of, is the tides. The tides seem to be becoming more and more important. Okay, so it goes as high as 7, so that's probably why it's called Water 7. What, like you have 7 gates or something like that leading into the city? 7, I don't know, something like that. I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it is also kind of funny. Part of me wonders, like, sure, the ship is in disrepair, and it needs to get fixed. My god, now that I'm looking at it, it is really in rough shape. Even before Zoro did that with the mast. But on the other hand, Zoro is also really strong, so part of that might have also been it's not used to, like, superhuman strength. That's what I was wondering too. Maybe it's just because it's the reality of the situation. Like, they'll take any business that they can get, as long as you don't, like, disturb the peace too much. It doesn't seem like anyone from the crew has come here. Robin has the most knowledge of the greater world. Sanji has a ton of knowledge, though, as I'm realizing more and more so. I'm forgetting they have the gold. Okay, yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, Zoro is still holding this thing up. These two here, Chopper and Robin, do have a different connection than the others on the crew. Maybe it's also because they were the last ones to be taken. Maybe it's also because, to a certain extent, they felt the most outcast by society. Luffy is right. They are the biggest, or he didn't say the biggest thieves, but I was going to add that in. They are the biggest thieves, but they aren't because they only stole this gold. But they didn't really, because the people that they stole the gold from, allegedly stole the gold from, one, didn't even know that the gold was in the snake. Two, were trying to offer them even more gold, and yet they ran away from them. They were trying to offer them this giant pillar of gold, which I don't think could fit on the ship. Like, that's how big it was. But it's just kind of funny. Like, what do they actually steal? Maybe food? Really, they're more revolutionaries, if we really think about it, than pirates. Bull shop. Why would you rent a bulldog? I mean, I guess you can if you want companionship. He's ordering them to eat. What does he think bull means? What the hell is that? Kind of looks like a seahorse. Ooh. Okay, I was not picturing that. Okay, nice. You also have to assume, though, based on everything with Luffy, he's not going to find like a normal person to be the shipwright. Am I the only one who thinks it might be a mistake to just let Luffy go wild on his Yagura? Okay, pretty good episode. We are in Water 7 officially.